Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing, how to draw a wine glass, but in case you drew it with segmented lines, which is a option also. I mean, you can do that, it's not a big deal. Actually, you might want to do segmented lines because you want to use a spline. The spline gives you more options and waviness, I guess, smoothness of your curve. So if you use a spline to design it, it gets a little tricky with the spline. The more points you do, the easier it is to control your design. Actually, I should have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it from the outside. Alright, I'm going to do it from the inside first. So I'm going to use the spline. Like so. Do like a weird pointy thing on it. You guys can't see it, but if I let go and hold on, you can see that it comes out. Don't ask me why I'm drawing it this weird shape, because I decided to do so. Alright, but I'm going to end it like this because I cannot have a perfect straight line with a spline. It's just not possible. So I'm not going to do that, but instead I'm going to extend this line a little bit, and I'm going to draw a line from at that point going down, straight down. But to make it go straight down perfectly, I have to make sure my ortho is on. So I go to ortho mode, or I can type in F8, and I go all the way down. I click enter or space to get out of the command, and now I have a problem here because there are two lines intersecting. To fix this, I will just use either fillet or chamfer, and to get to those, if you don't have this toolbar on the side, it is over here in your home tab, and your fillet or chamfer. Just this little arrow will help you out. So you go to fillet, you type in radius, and you put 0. That way it just makes a perfect 90-degree angle. So I select this item and this item, and it closes it up. Now, most of you, if you used lines and arcs, you would have a lot of different pieces. I have 2 pieces, but it still won't revolve it. Even though it's 2 pieces, it has to be one consistent piece. There's a few different ways you can actually make this into a polyline, and I recommend learning all of them because if one doesn't work, there's always another option that will work, and these options are like, if this one doesn't work, this one should. So one option is you type in the word pedit. So pedit, pedit, which means polyline edit. You type that in. There's no actual icon for it, so that's why I typed it out. Click enter, and now it's asking you to select polylines or multiple. I do multiple because you are selecting more than one line, so then you can just do a box and select your whole item. I recommend just doing a full box. That way everything is selected in case there are additional lines that you forgot you had. Once that happens, it's going to ask you if you want to select any more objects. Now you're done, so you click on space or enter. And it's asking the next option is convert lines, arcs, and splines to polylines. The default is yes, so all you have to do is click enter because you want to convert it into polylines. And after that's asking you specific a precision for spline conversion 10. That's asking about segments to your line. 10 is fine, whatever the default is, should just stick with it. It shouldn't affect your drawing. So I click enter. And the third option that's going to ask you that's important is you have to make sure that you enter J for join. That way these two lines get joined together. So J, and J is a capital letter, so that's all you have to do. You don't have to type in J-O, join, just J. Enter. And then there's a fuzz distance. Again, do not worry about that. That is a aspect that you will not have to worry about. And you can see that 229 segments were added to the polyline, which is okay. So we're done. It's asking if you want to do any more options. No, just click enter or space or exit. Now if I select it, it is one exact polyline with those 228 segments. Don't worry, it looks a lot, but it shouldn't affect your drawing. Actually, the cool part is now each segment you can move over. So you can really customize it now. Yeah, I don't think anybody would want to touch this wine glass with sharp edges. But, who knows? There's some people willing to buy anything. Alright, other option of making this into a polyline is, I'll go undo. Actually, I want to keep those. I'm just going to do a copy. And explode it so it's back to its original, except now it's not 2 lines, it's 228 lines. So, but still, it should work perfectly fine no matter how many lines you have, as long as the item is enclosed. One of the easier ones that you may find and you might use more often is this command right here. It's called region. Now this region command is also available here in your home, draw, region, or you can go to draw, region, or you can type it in. So I showed you 3 or 4 different ways you can get it. So you select that command and you just select a whole box on that item that you're trying to make into a polyline. Once you do this, it's asking if you want to select any more. You are done selecting, so you click enter or space and it should convert it into a polyline. Now, just because these guys got turned into polylines doesn't mean they actually will work. Sometimes there's always an issue. They'll combine it, but they won't tell you that it wasn't perfectly enclosed. But there is a way you can test it out. Not right now, but once you convert it into a 3D object. So we got to this point. What we want to do next is revolve. So you go to draw, modeling, revolve, or you can go to your home, I guess over here, revolve, or you can go to solids and revolves right here. So I mean, there's really too many actually options to choose from. Alright, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to select the object, click enter space because it's asking if I want to select any more. No, that's all I wanted. And now it's asking about the axis of rotation, which is going to be this line in here, the center of my wine glass or whatever kind of glass this is. And I'm going to go up, making sure my ortho is on, F8, or down here, click on it, click, and set 360, which is what I will keep, and click enter or space. All these lines, don't worry about it, it's because each segment of your line has it's been rotated pretty much. So that's why there's so many lines and it looks crazy. We'll do the same thing with this one. Go to revolve, select the object, 360 space. Both look the same, both hopefully are the same. Alright, so next we want to get a better visual view of it. What we're going to do is go to View, Visual Style, Conceptual, or you can choose any other ones. So I have that. They look disaster. You lock a lot of line on them, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. That doesn't affect it. Now I was talking about testing if they are really solid objects. One way of doing so is by using the slice command. To do this, it's a cool command, so I would recommend listening to this one. Slice, you type it in, or you can go to Modify, 3D Operations, and it's Slice. That actually typing it in might be a little bit faster, so just heads up. Slice, you select your object you want to slice. I'm going to just select both of them because I want to get it done with. And it's asking you specify a line or a surface you want to slice it. I'm going to use the line, just going to draw a line right here. That's the way I'm going to slice it. Click enter. And now these two objects became 4 objects because I sliced them in half. If I move them over and I check inside, it's solid. If it wasn't solid, this is how it would look. You would not have solid material inside. So you would only have a surface. So keep that in mind. So if it's not solid, it won't print on a 3D printer too, if you're looking to print it into 3D printer. But yeah.